Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you a way to design a creative parent contact log. Now, if you're anything like me, you have a trusty little notebook here. Anytime you contact the parent, you write the necessary information in here to keep up with it. But let's just say that you don't have your little trusty notebook with you and you end up making more parent contacts. What do you do? Well, if you're anything like me, you probably write on a little sticky note, stick inside your desk, or on an index card, or you might have a little backup notebook somewhere. But when it comes time to pull in the necessary information, guess what you have to do? You have to go back through all of your other little trusty things in order to find that information because you didn't put it all in your trusty notebook. Well, today we're going to fix that. I'm going to share with you a system that I came up with. Is going to be how to design a creative parent contact. All right, so the first part of the process is you have to collect your parent/student information to go into your contact log. First thing we do is do my iNow page, and I clicked on a class, so you just pick one of your classes here. And then once you pick your class, you're going to go to this next screen that's going to have this information to the left. And then on the right, it's going to have your student information. Now, I wanted to be careful not to expose any personal information because of HIPAA. So I took some screenshots just to show you where you need to go to collect this information. So once you are in your class page and you have your list of students on the right, and then you have these little options on the left, you're going to go under the option that says reports. Then you're going to go all the way down to where it says student listing, which is right here, and you're going to click on that. Once you do, it'll take you to this student listing screen, and it's going to give you these parameters that you can set on what you would like to have in your report. Make sure it's not on simple because it will not give you like the contact information. So you have to put report type on detail. It should be set to your normal grade level because when you go through your screen on iNow, it should give you just your student. But anyway, contact, you want to make sure you put it on primary family only, because if you put it on all contacts, it's going to give you every last person that's listed in iNow for that child. All right, so none of this information is checked. So once you have set those parameters, then you're going to scroll down to the bottom of the screen, and it's going to give you the option on how you want to view your report. So you click where it says Adobe PDF file, and it's going to give you a drop-up menu, as I like to call it. And then you select Excel because you want this information where you can manipulate it. All right, so you click on Excel. Once you click on Excel, initially your spreadsheet will most likely be in Word form, so you have to change it to Google Sheets. It gets here, you click on File, and then it'll say Save as a Google spreadsheet, then you can tell it to do that. Once you've done that process, it's going to open up like this, and you're going to immediately notice a lot of the information you really don't need. So what I had to end up doing was I went to the columns, such as homeroom. I don't necessarily need their home. Then it came up with the gender. Personally, just delete that off. Okay. Then it has birthday. Delete that column out. And then age, back up to edit, and then tell that column to delete. The other column that we have left, you have the student name and the phone number for the primary contact, and underneath is given the full home address and everything for the child. We do need to have that information. However, for the transportation, how they get to school, that's not necessarily relevant. So you just go back to edit and tell that column that you clicked on, which is E, tell it to delete column E, and then you have your information left. Now, what you would have to do next, and this is the most time-consuming part, you don't really want the full address for each student. So you're going to have to collect, in a sense, cut out the address, and then move the parent contact number, name and number, into their own separate columns, which once you do that part, you're going to be left with, let me show you what it will look like once you have gotten all the information organized the way you would want it. So once you have gotten rid of all the unnecessary information from that spreadsheet, you now end up with a document, something that will look like this. This will be a spreadsheet. So let's enlarge it a little bit so you can see the details. Now, again, keeping with HIPAA laws, I'm not trying to, or, expose a parent's or student's personal information. On this side, there are 3 columns here. You can't really tell it, but the first column has the student's last name, comma, first name. Then I have a column for the parent name in just one column and the parent phone number, okay? And the other columns we're gonna talk about in part 2. The fact that we're one-on-one, and this could be a very easy process to get all of that information. Then you go down to and select form, and then a Google form will pop up. Once you're here, you start drafting how you want your form to look. So I'm going to change the title here to first period, parent contact log, and we'll put 2021. All right, and next you start inputting the information that you want to collect. First, you want to have your student name, and you want that to be last name, comma, first name. And that's how it should be answered. It should be short answer. It is required. So you want to make sure you click that. Now, the next thing you want to make sure you have is the student's parent name. And that could be first name, last name. Okay, because the most important, you want to have the student name, last name, first name, so that it can be better organized for you. So that is a short answer response as well. And we're going to say that that is required. Then we're going to add another piece of information, such as your parent contact number or phone number. That's going to be short answered. Scroll down, tell it that we want it to be required. Is once you've put in the information that you've asked for, you want short answer, you want all the items to be required, you're going to actually click on send. And you're going to go to the icon that has like the little paper clip where you're going to copy the link. Now you could take this link and post it into your Google Classroom for that particular class. And then the students can click on that and say, hey, have your parents to fill this out at home. And that information will be completed there for you. Okay, so now that we have collected our parent information, now want to make sure you keep these separate. So where it says form response 1, you want to rename that. And let's say that this is first period. Okay. Now, in order to get a separate spreadsheet for just period 2, you just simply go up to insert, go up and click on form. It's going to give you form response number 2, and you repeat the same process over again. When we have our information collected into our spreadsheet with our parent information, their contact number, and email addresses, what we can do now is add a calendar to our spreadsheet. And the way you do that is you're going to highlight the column where it says date collected. You're going to go up to data. You're going to go down to data validation. When you're in the data validation box, you're going to go to criteria and you're going to do the drop-down menu, go down to date. Everything looks good as is. Then you're going to click save. Now, the way you know that you inserted the calendar into the spreadsheet, you just simply double click in the box and the calendar pops up. And then this way, as you're talking to a parent, you can easily double click in the box right next to that parent's name, and you're going to click on the date. Okay, so let's do the same thing here because I want to show you something. So let's say you talk to both of these parents on the same day and you have the dates there. All right. But you're looking at this date like, I don't like how it's set. So you can turn it around to normal setting by just clicking on the box. Then you want to go to format, go down to number. Then I want you to go down to where it says date. And when you click on that, your date will switch to however you want it to be. So those are two different formats. Now let's say that you wanted to, there was another day you needed to contact, I don't know, your first student's name. You want to contact Sky's mother again. Sky is not doing what she needs to do or whatever. You can simply just click either on her row and then insert a row below. And then this way, you're still talking to Sky's parents, but you talk to her on maybe 2 days later. And there you have it. So that's how you can interject frequent contact without having to change or resort anything. Once you got these columns sorted, you're good to go. All right, so that is our calendar. Now you also want to make sure you add mode of contact. Do a drop box into a spreadsheet is you highlight that column. You'll go back to data, go down to data validation. And we're looking at modes, right? So we're going to change the criteria to a list of items. And then right next to it, you're going to type in the different modes that you want to use. So, but you do not put any spaces, just a comma to separate them. So we're going to say phone, comma, email, comma, text, comma, remind. That if you had any others, you would add those there. But those are the only 4 I can really think of. All right, so let's just stay with that. And then make sure you check show drop down list in sale. That means when you click in that box, you can click on to show it, show all the 4 options. So go back there. We're going to click save. Now that we've clicked save, you now see this these triangles here that indicates that there's a drop box in this cell. So when you click on it, it's going to give you your options: phone, email, text, remind. So let's say I email the parent. I can just simply click on that while I'm talking once I've emailed them. Or if I call on this day, I called Sky's parent, I can just simply click on phone. And there you have your drop down menu. Now for purpose is the same process as mode. You would use the same steps to indicate that you're going to do the same process. You're going to highlight the whole column. Then you're going to go to data, go down to data validation. And next to criteria, you want to choose list of items because we want to do it as a drop down menu. We're going to say positive feedback. Remember, no spaces. Missing assignments. Failing class. Return parent contact. So now that we have our list of items, we're going to make sure once again that show drop down list and cell. So we're going to click save. Now you see that our drop menu has been added. So when we have to decide purpose, we can choose any of these items here to indicate what's the nature of our call. Okay. Assessing documentation. Let's say that you click on this first one, goes to this, and you'll say, is that your number? that is the benefit
Thanks
of the
for
links
watching.
document.